Hi, so we are going to do a quick tutorial today in my very favorite photo editing app in my phone called a Color Story, and it handles color really well. It has a ton of different options for just different filters you can put on if you want something basic. It also has a lot of options if you want to do a whole lot more editing color-wise, lighting, sharpening, a whole lot that you can do there. So I thought I would show you guys some of the things I like to do and how I like to edit my photos. So let's get started. So first I'm going to go ahead and open the app, A Color Story. It's the one on the very bottom center. And when you get the app open, you can actually go to camera. You can take your pictures directly inside the app, or you can go to photos or recent. Recent will be the most recent image in your camera roll. Photos will allow you to go pick from whatever. So I'm going to go moments and pick this beach picture from a recent trip. Then I'm going to hit continue. This is a cropping menu. I'm going to take you to that menu within the app so you can see how to get there. So once you hit continue, you're going to hit tools. It's the third option over. Then I'm going to select crop and frame. And there's a whole variety of cropping options here: perspective, flip, mirror, rotate. We just want to tilt and correct the horizon line. So I'm going to pull this slider. As you can see, you can go pretty far both directions. I'm going to pull it to about where that line looks straight, about there, and hit the check mark. From there, we're going to hit the home button. It's a little house at the very bottom right corner. Now I'm going to go add a filter. So I'm going to hit filters. And there are a ton of different filter packs and options. Some are free, some are purchased. And I'm going to look through and find some filters that I think might be a fit for this. So I went to the fresh pack, and I'm going to go to the snow filter. I think that's a really pretty blue. Gives some nice cool tones, makes the water look bluer than it was. And then again, you can use the slider to for the opacity. So if I want it all the way bright blue, I can leave it right there. I can bring it down a little if I don't want quite so much layered on. I'm actually going to bring it almost to the very top. I do like that bright blue feel, and I'm going to hit the check mark. Next, it allows you to layer as many different filters as you want. So I can slide through here and see if I like the previews it's giving me of some of the filters layered on top. So if I wanted to go, say, and add, let's see, cool fade on top. Whoa, that's some really blue water. I can do that. I'm definitely going to turn down the opacity now to probably fairly low, and hit the check mark again when I'm happy. You can do that as many times as you want, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to hit that home house shape button on the very bottom right. And then now I'm going to go over to effects. The effects have a whole variety of options. You can do flare, bokeh, light leaks, color fog is what I'm thinking I want to do. I'm thinking it might be kind of fun to add a coral sky. Whoa! I don't want my sky quite that coral, so I'm going to turn down the opacity. So I'm going to turn on the opacity and then click the check mark. If I wanted to try to make the water bluer or greener, I might grab this sky color, and then you can actually hit flip, which is going to bring it to the bottom half of the image. And again, you can adjust the opacity. I'm going to hit the check mark pretty low on that. I'm pretty happy with this image now. So when I'm finished, I'm going to go to the very top right corner where it says done, and there's a check mark. Hit check, save and finish, and that image has been saved to my photos. Now you can also click save editing steps. If I have, say, a whole batch of these beach photos I want to save and edit the same way, I can create my own filter with everything I did on this image and reuse it. So I can just click the green button save, and I'm going to call it beach blue and pink sky, so that I remember that I put that pink sky on there. And then I'm going to hit start again. I'm going to go back into photos and select my next image. This time we're going to do one of my sweet youngest child, Lydia. I'm not going to use that initial menu again because I want to show you again how to do it when you're already inside the app. So I'm going to hit continue, and I'm going to go straight to filters. One of my favorite filters that I use all the time is in the Essentials pack, and it's this one called Light Bright, and it's just a good brightener, brings up the exposure to where I usually like it a little more. So I'm going to bring it down a little and then hit that check mark. Now I'm going to go over to, let's look at the blush pack. This one in here called Summer Day is one I use a lot, but I never use it at full opacity. So I'm going to bring down the opacity again, probably right about there. And I like that warmth it's giving and give the check mark. I'm liking the image, but I feel like it's lacking some contrast. So I'm going to go down to the bottom right where that home button is. And that brings me back to this menu. I'm going to go to Tools, Adjust, and I'm going to grab the contrast and turn it up a little bit. Yeah, maybe right about there. And hit the check mark. You can also adjust brightness, saturation, clarity, curves is another place I really like to do brightness and contrast. You can pull it this way if you want a little contrast. Pull it up here if I want some more fade. And a lot of times I'll come in here and adjust my exposure here. This time I'm going to hit that X mark because I'm pretty happy where we have it. I'm going to say done. Oops, no, I'm going to say return to editing because I wasn't actually done, and hit the home button on the bottom right. I am going to go now to effects. Let's see what kind of fun effects we can add here. Let's look at the light leaks we have. There are all kinds of different light leak options. So there's, ones that have like a full feel, and you can drag it as far into the image as you want. That one's a pretty cool one. Whoa, that's big. You can use your fingers to downsize and to move it, again, wherever you want it in the image. They give kind of that Holga, Diana, old-fashioned camera feel. I think I'm going to grab this one over here. I kind of like that red sky. Whoa, that's a lot though. And turn it down a little and push it over to the corner. Then I'm actually going to turn down the opacity about there. And then I'm going to layer, let's go to Flare and Bokeh just to show you some of the other fun options. We might add a lens flare. You can also flip it so it flips sides and directions. Again, that would be way too much for my liking. So I would probably turn that way down about there, and I am happy with that. I'm loving the overall feel of the image. I actually want to add a little contrast. So I'm going to go back to Tools, Adjust, Contrast, bring it up, hit check, turn down my brightness a little, hit check, and then I'm going to hit the home button, done at the very top right, and I'm good to go. I'm going to hit save and finish. I hope this has been a helpful tutorial, and I would love to answer more questions and do more of these in the future if you think that's something you'd be interested in. Have a great day.